Hello everyone. In previous lecture, we have seen the brief introduction about the quantity survey, estimation and valuation subject. Now, in quantity survey, estimation and valuation, there are two parts. First one is estimation and costing that we will see now, and the second part is only valuation. Now, in estimation and costing, we will see some introductory part. What is meant by estimation and what is meant by costing. Now, estimation and costing. Now, what is the definition of estimation and costing? Estimation is the technique of calculating or computing the various quantities from drawings and the expected expenditure to be incurred on particular work or a project. Now, the only estimation means what? Estimation is technique of calculating or computing the different quantities for a different items from a GFC. GFC drawings means good for construction drawings. And what is meant by costing? From that quantities, estimated quantities, we will multiply that quantity with rate and we will get the expenditure for that item, and that expenditure is called as a cost. So are you clear what is mean by estimating and what is mean by costing? Now need of and again, see, in case the funds available are less, then the estimated cost the work is done in a part or by reducing it, or specifications are altered. In case the funds available are less than the estimated cost, then we will divide the work in a parts and reduce it, or specifications are altered. Means what? Suppose uh, you have 20 lakhs in your hand and the estimation amount is 40 lakh, right? Then what we will do? We will do the estimation in parts or do the work in parts. It means first we will do work for only 20 lakhs, then we will apply one RA bill, and after applying RA bill we will get some another amount, and after getting that amount we will further for next 20 lakhs work. Array bill means revised bills. In estimation, there you can take the bill as a whole, or you can take the bill in parts. That in parts bill is called as a revised bills, right? This technique also you can use. And uh, following requirements are necessary for the preparation of estimates. Now, which requirements? First one is your drawings. In the drawings, what you will require? Plans, then elevations and sections of important points, right? This is your first and necessary requirement. Then second requirement is detailed specification about the workmanship and properties of material, etc. And the third requirement is your standard schedule rates of the current year. Means district schedule rate, the rates from DSR you have to take for a current year. Every year the district is publishing the rates for items, that is called as the district schedule rates. These all are the requirements for a doing the estimate. Now, need for estimation and costing. What is the need for estimation and costing? The first one is your cost and feasibility of project. Now, in cost and feasibility of project means estimate gives an idea of the cost of the work, and hence its feasibility can be determined. Means suppose you have 30 lakhs in your hand and your project is of 40 lakhs, then your project is not feasible in 30 lakhs. Means by estimating the cost of project you will get the feasibility of project. Is your project is feasible or not? You can do it within the limits or within the cost or not. That is your cost and feasibility of project. That is whether the project could be taken up with within the funds available or not, right? Now the second need is time. Now estimates gives an idea of time required for completion of your work. By estimating you should know the quantities of different items, right? Now for example, by estimating, you get to know that you required 100 cubic meter of concrete, right? Now you have four labors, and within four labors you have to complete the 100 cubic meter of concrete. Now you will get to know that four labors will complete approximately around 20 cubic meter of concrete in a day. Then they will require 5 days to complete the 100 meter cube of concrete. Means you will get the time requirement to complete your work. This is also need of your estimation. Then tender and quotations. Now estimation is required to invite the tenders and quotations and to arrange contract. Means what? By doing the estimation, you can invite the tenders or you can invite the contractors to complete your work. Then control the expenditures. Estimate is also required to control the expenditures during the execution of work. Means suppose you will require 10 lakh rupees for PCC work or 10 lakh rupees for your reinforcement work, and your expenditure is going beyond your limit, means you are involving the 12 lakh rupees instead of 10 lakhs, then you should know how to control the expenditures. Where is your wastage, that you also get to know. So this is also need for estimation and costing. Now next is your matching of proposed plan with funds. Now estimate decides whether proposed plan matches the funds available or not. Means you are planning a project of a row houses. The row house having 50 lakh rupees cost, right? And the available funds with you is 60 lakh. That means your row house project will complete within that your funds. This is also you will get to know from estimation and costing. Now methods of estimations, right? Now before methods of estimation, first is prepare detailed quantities required from drawings. For preparing the detailed quantities, you require GFC drawings, that is good for construction drawings. Then from that, what you have to do, you are calculating the quantities for different items from the drawings. Then for that calculated quantities of items, you have to multiply the rate of that item, right? By multiplying the rate of that item, you will get to know the cost required for that item. That is calculating the rate of each unit of work. And then prepare the abstract for estimate. The abstract for estimate means preparing the cost sheet for estimate. This is the method of estimation. First you will require the drawings, then from the drawings you have to take measurements and do the calculations, and by doing the calculations you will get to know the quantities with its unit. And after that calculated quantities, you will multiply the rate of that item, you will get the cost of that item, and by adding the all cost you will get the estimated cost, right? Now then data required for doing the estimation. First one is your drawings, that is plans, elevations and sections. This is the mandatory. Then second one your specifications. In specifications there are general specification as well as detailed specification, and third one is your rates. We will see drawings, specification, general specifications and detailed specification and rates. Now drawings. In drawings, if the drawings are not clear and without complete dimensions, the preparation of estimation becomes very difficult, right? I will repeat once again. If the drawings are not clear and without complete complete dimensions, the preparation of estimation become very difficult. So it is very essential before preparing an estimation. So drawings should be neat and clean. Every drawing should be named and their measurement should be provided. So in plans, elevation and section, all the measurements should be there. Now next one is your specification. In specifications there are two types of specification. First one is your general specification. Now general specification means this gives the nature, quality and class of work and materials in general terms. It is in general, right? General terms to be used in a various parts of works. It helps no forms a general idea of building. In simple way, general specification means suppose you have to do a brickwork, first class brickwork. First class brickwork means what? In general specification, there are mentioned first class brickwork means the brick should be reddish in color, the dimensions of bricks are XYZ, like that. These are some general specifications, right? And in detailed specification of first class brick, vice versa, in detailed specification of first class brickwork, there is a procedure how to make a mortar, then how to make a mortar, then how to laying the bricks, all the procedures, then proportion of mortar, all these details are in detail specification. Detail specification means this gives the detailed description of various items of work. Means if you are using brick, the every details of that brick color, brick dimension, its water absorption ratio, then its strength, then various items of works laying on the quantities and quantities of materials, their proportions, the methods of preparation, then workmanship and execution of work. Workmanship means how many workers are required for to complete that brickwork and which type of workers you are required. Means mistri, bisti, labor, unskilled, skilled laborers, all that, how much should be lead, how much should be lift, the charges for lead, charges for lift, all the detailed description for completing the first class brickwork is given in detailed specification. And in general specification, that gives only general idea about that brickwork. This is the difference between specification of general specification and detailed specification. And the last one is your rates. For the preparing estimate, the unit rates of each item of works are required. For arriving the unit rates of each item, the rates of various material to be used in a construction, the cost of transport materials, then wages of laborers, then skilled and unskilled of masons, carpenters, mazdoor, etc. All the rates you should know. First means unit rate of each item. Suppose for example there is a item of doing PCC. Then for 1 cubic meter of PCC you will require 250 rupees per meter cube. This is your item rate of that PCC. So you should know each and every item and its rates for a estimation, right? Then again you will require what? Rates of various materials used in construction. Materials used means rate of cement, rate of sand, aggregate, fine aggregate, coarse aggregate, all the building materials, the rates of all building materials you should require. Then transportation cost for material, for transporting the bricks from one place to another place, hauling the mass of earth, the rates required for that you should know. Then main important is wages of labors. Means if you are applying or deploying the labors for your work, mistri, then bisti, number of laborers are there, skilled or unskilled, the rate for that labor per day you should know. So you require rate also. This is about rate. Then complete estimate. Most of the people think that the estimate of structure includes cost of land, cost of material, and cost of labor. Most of people think that the estimate of structure only includes that cost of land, then cost of material, and cost of labor. But there are many other costs like direct cost and indirect cost. We will see how the complete estimation can be done. A complete estimation is, see here, this is complete estimation and this is, see, the breakdown structure of complete estimation. First one is your cost of land, right? Second one is your lump sum cost and contingency percentages. Then legal expenses between owner and contractor and cost of structure. Now we will see first cost of land. In cost of land there are n number of cost involved. First one is your actual cost of land, means on which cost you have purchased the land, that is actual cost of land. Then cost of surveying. Before purchasing the land, you have to do the survey on that land, that requires cost, that is cost of surveying. Then cost of verifications of deeds and executions of deeds. If there are any deeds, then for executing that deeds you required some cost. Then brokerages, if any, is there any brokerage, then you have to pay for that. Then brokerages cost. Then cost of material. Then cost of labor for land. Then permit fee for construction, water, then electricity from concerned authority, you have to pay for them. These are all cost including land cost, right? Then again contingency charges, some other charges, work charge, establishment charges, all that charges also come under the estimation. Then legal expenses between owner and contractor, what what the maybe the contract between the owner, you have to pay for that contractor. Then cost of structure. In cost of structure you will get the consulting engineering fees. In consulting engineering fee there are again cost for preparation of plan, estimate and designs, this is also cost. And second cost is your cost of supervision. For execution of total project you have to keep some supervision and you have to pay for that. This is the cost of supervision. This is all about the complete estimation, right? Now what is mean by lump sum? We'll see what is mean by lump sum amount or lump sum. While preparing an estimate, it is not possible to work out in details in case of PT items. Means there are some items that not be counted in your estimates, that are accidentally happen. Some that items there are some items that will happen accidentally in your project. The items other than civil engineering, such items are called as a lump sum items, and the amount required for that lump sum items is called as a lump sum amount, right? Now some lump sum items in the estimates are like, first one is your water supply and sanitary arrangement. For supplying water and sanitary arrangement you will require some cost, that is will kept as a lump sum amount. Then second one is your electrical installations like a meter, motor, etc. This also come under lump sum amount. And architectural features, suppose you are planning for a bungalow and in initial stage your elevation is something else, and after 2 to 3 months the idea comes in your mind and you have to change your elevation, right? But after changing the elevation there may be architectural changes in your plan, so you have to pay for that. These are unplanned items, so we are keeping some amount for that, that is called as a lump sum amount. And third last one is your contingency and unforeseen items. Might be there may be accident or any items that you have not planned during the project, but that may come under your plan after some days or some few days, that items are called as a unforeseen items, you have to pay for that. So for that we will keep some lump sum amount, and that lump sum amount may be 1.5 to 2% of estimated cost. Means suppose your estimated cost is 20 lakh, then you have to keep 2% of 20 lakh for that. That is your lump sum amount. Then work charge establishment. In work charge establishment, during the construction of project, considerable number of skilled supervisors, work assistant, watchmen, etc. are employed on temporary basis, right? To for a security purpose, you have to keep watchman, then supervisor for your execution of work, then work assistant. You have to keep for them for your completing your project on successfully. The salary of these persons are drawn from lump sum amount. Whatever lump sum amount we are keeping aside, we have to pay from that to that workers, right? The salaries of these persons are drawn from lump sum amount allotted towards the work charge establishment, that is establishment which is charged directly to work, and lump sum amount 1.5 to 2% of estimated cost. It provides the work charge establishment. Hope you will clear the concept, and I will stop here. Thank you.